Welcome to Education on Air. My name is Tia Lendo, and I'm from the Google for Education team. Over the course of the next 2 days, we'll be talking about practical innovation to improve education. So what do I mean by practical innovation? I mean tools and techniques that you can put into practice immediately, whether you're in a classroom or a home, whether you're kicking off a longer-term project. On the way in today, I was realizing that it was exactly 15 years ago that I was starting my first year of teaching. I taught 4th grade in rural North Carolina, and I really loved it, but I was exhausted. I was teaching all day and grading papers and planning lessons all evening. So I didn't feel like I had time to connect with other educators in my building and in my town, let alone consider the idea of connecting with educators in another state or another country. But today is different. We've got technology and tools that let us connect and share so much more easily. Look at this conference. There are tens of thousands of you tuning in, and we have registrants from 185 countries. Practical innovation. Why is that the focus? It's because you told us you wanted it to be the focus. We surveyed thousands of you using social media. Educators, students, citizens, and you told us you wanted to hear about 2 things: how to innovate in schools, but how to do so practically. And practical innovation is something we think a lot about here at Google too. So we've asked all of our speakers for the next 2 days to inspire and share stories, yes, but to make sure they focus on the practical side of making change. So speaking of the next 2 days, let's talk a little bit more about what's in store. There are 3 parts to day 1. In a few minutes, we'll get started with a kickoff panel and research discussing what are the skills of the future. After that, we have 8 keynotes from inspiring speakers. And at the end of the day, we'll conclude with 2 panels on hot topics: how technology can transform teaching and learning, and how to empower students. On day 2, I'm pleased to say we have sessions around the clock. Over 100 speakers leading workshops. And these speakers are from 12 countries and 29 states. Our moderator for today is Jill Bennett. She'll be asking questions to some of the keynote speakers and to the panel members. And some of the questions she's going to pose are yours. So please remember, as you're watching today, to scroll down below the live video stream and to type your questions. We'll do the best we can to get to as many as possible. Or pose your questions and comments over social media. Use hashtag #GoogleEduOnAir. I know that many of you tuning in today are teachers, and I know firsthand how difficult your job is, especially at this time of year. This week in the US is Teacher Appreciation Week, and on behalf of everyone at Google, I really want to thank you for the work that you do. There's someone else who wants to thank you as well. I'm now going to turn it over to a very special guest.
Hello everyone, and happy Teacher Appreciation Week. And thank you for your extraordinary work on behalf of our young people. Now, I know your jobs are not easy. I know that the hours are long and the pay isn't what it should be. But in the face of so many challenges and constraints, you all just dig deeper and work harder because you know that every child is capable of learning. And you're determined to prepare all your students to succeed in your classroom and beyond. And at a time when more and more jobs in this country require a good education, your work couldn't be more important. That's why I started Reach Higher. It's a nationwide initiative to inspire all our young people to complete their education past high school, whether that's at a 2-year college, a 4-year college, or by getting some professional training. And I hope that every single one of you will join us in this effort. Just go to reachhigher.gov to see how you can get involved. I hope you enjoy the rest of your conference, and I look forward to working with you to give all our young people the bright futures they so richly deserve. Thanks so much.
In your classroom or in your home, you might have the future First Lady or First Gentleman, a future Prime Minister, an engineer, a teacher, a doctor, doubtless students who will have jobs that don't even exist yet. We hope that you enjoy Education on Air and that you get some inspiration and some practical ideas that help you support your students no matter what their dreams may be.
If I could solve one problem in the world, it would probably be world hunger. Once basic needs are out of the way, people can expand and learn more things instead of having to worry about basic needs.
My dream is for education to be accessible to all on a global scale. The technology is there. I believe we just need to make it more widely available to ensure that people of all backgrounds and beliefs have access to the tools and equipment necessary to have the best chance possible in their lives.
I would make people stop using trees for paper, because if all the trees are used up, what are you going to use for paper?
So if I could solve a problem in the world, it would be greed. Most of the problems in the world are from people that want more than what they should have, or they want more that belongs to other people.
I would probably solve the continuing discrimination that goes on against girls to get an education. I find it ridiculous that girls in some countries have so many barriers to their own education.
I would solve bullying. I think if people just stop being mean to each other, the world will be happy.
I would. Everybody be happy.